Should college athletes be paid? I think college athletes should be paid because they obviously bring in the most money more than anything else in the college does. I mean, obviously besides tuition because everybody's got to pay to go, but in some schools it's still brings in the most money. Um, these guys, they break the records, they win the championships, they play in the big games that everybody's watching. They're the reason that it's televised, that brings in the most money. They're the reason that people will pay stupid amounts of money for tickets to come watch one game. Especially in football, the national championship, those tickets are like $50,000 for a good seat. That's a lot of money, and the players aren't getting any of that. It's all going to the college and what they can do to make it better. Yeah, it is being used for the students, but I think the students should get a part of that because they've obviously earned it. They put in all the time in the world that they could to make themselves better, their team better, and to try to get to these big games to earn more money and hopefully one day for themselves. I mean, they put in a lot of work, a lot of work. They devote their entire lives to one sport, like so much that they barely have time for studies. Studies is a nighttime thing, and daytime is basically your sport. You go to class, and you go practice for hours, and then you go back to your dorm and you study. And I think that's a huge reason why they should get some of the income. I'm not saying that they need to be like the NBA where they're getting $20 million max contracts, but I'm thinking, maybe $50,000 annually. That's really good. Maybe 25. They don't have to. I mean, they do have to pay. Some of them have to pay for housing. Some of them have full ride scholarships that they can live in a dorm room without any problem. Now, also with this, they don't have much time because they're putting in so much for this and school and everything. They don't have a lot of time to go work and get a job. And that's not like they can work for the college because, when they're not at class, they are either studying or practice. Most of the time it's practice. And not even organized practice. With a lot of sports, you have to spend a lot of time in the weight room. Weight room is very important with a lot of sports. And it takes a long time in there to get things done. You need to get things done. You need to go to practice. Maybe after go to weights. Maybe after, play a competitive game where the loser has a punishment, and that punishment is going to make you better. Obviously, it's going to be like running or abs or something to make you better. They don't have time. They can't get a job. They're devoting everything to this in their life. So why wouldn't they get something from it? Something at all. Like the NCAA's got a rule that you can't get anything from it. Anything. Like you can't sign things. You can't be a part of a profit. I mean, you can be there. That's it. You can be there, talk. You can't do anything. You can't sign anything. I mean, I mean, they don't have time to work. And it's not like everything is always paid for them. What about a walk-on player? You know, they don't have a full ride scholarship. They're not getting college paid for them. It's still coming out of their pocket at home after all the time they're putting in for the college. It's coming out of their pocket at home to do this, to go to this college and put in this time for them and earn money for them. And it's a little unfair. It does go to them. Yes, a big portion of that goes back to the sports and their facilities, their locker rooms, their showers, their fields, their dugouts, sidelines, equipment. I mean, a lot of things go back to them. And a huge one is like a physical trainer. A lot of teams need that. And it's good that the money does go back to the team, but that doesn't pay for bills, it doesn't pay for food, doesn't pay for any of that. Now, like I said earlier, these athletes, they can't get any income through the NCAA until after college. With the sport, obviously, they have to either go get a job at McDonald's or Hardee's or whatever's around them around their college. I mean, they can't do it through sports. They can't say, hey, let me come sign this for you, pay me, they can't do that. That's a big no-no in the NCAA. I mean, they should be able to earn money from it. If they want to have a youth football camp where they bring in a bunch of kids and he can sign stuff for them, and all the profit goes to the player that put on the camp, and you know that'd be great. That'd be giving back to the community that he's working his tail off for, and also that would be a great experience for the kids, and he would be getting money. I mean, that'd be great for them. That'd be great for any college player. I mean, any 20-year-old out there that plays a sport and needs money. That'd be an absolute great idea. And but they can't do that. They can't. They have to stick to the NCAA rules. They have to stay where if they work, it's not for football or any sport. It's not for sports. It's not because of the college they go to. It's because that they went out and earned a job. Okay? With all of these facts that I have stated, I think the college athletes should be paid.